How to learn English fast at home, the most powerful secret. Imagine this. You are sitting alone in your room, frustrated. The clock is ticking. You try to read an English book, but the words feel like a puzzle. You try watching English movies, but they speak too fast. You try speaking, but the words don't come out right. It feels impossible, but then, suddenly, you hear a sound. A voice inside you whispers, "There is a way." But are you ready for it? This is not just another English learning article. This is a secret method, a powerful way that schools never teach you, a way to speak English confidently, even if you start from zero. Sounds unbelievable? Stay with me. The secret will be revealed at the end. But first, let's break the biggest myths that stop people from learning English. 1. You need to live in an English-speaking country. Many people believe you must move to the UK or the US to learn English. But is that true? Let me tell you a shocking fact. Most people who move to an English-speaking country still struggle with English. Why? Because location does not teach a language. Your environment does. Even at home, you can create an English-speaking environment. How? Keep reading. The secret is coming. 2. Grammar is the first step. Have you ever spent hours memorizing grammar rules? Have you ever tried to remember past perfect continuous tense while speaking? Impossible, right? Here's the truth. Native speakers do not think about grammar when they speak. They learn like children, naturally without fear. And you can do the same. But how? 3. You must have a language partner. I don't have anyone to practice with. I can't learn English. Wrong. Do you think famous authors like J.K. Rowling or William Shakespeare practiced English by talking to someone every day? No. Then what did they do? Wait. Are you ready for the truth? Because now comes the big reveal. The secret to learning English fast at home. Forget everything you were taught before. Throw away boring textbooks. Ignore complicated grammar books. The secret to learning English is living in English. Every single day. Yes, your brain learns faster when it is surrounded by English. But how can you do this at home? Follow these powerful methods. 1. Talk to yourself in English every day. Sounds crazy. Maybe. But it works like magic. It works powerfully. Stand in front of a mirror. Look at yourself. Now, start talking. Good morning. Today I will learn English. I will become confident. I will speak fluently. At first, it feels funny. But soon, your brain starts to think in English naturally. 2. Change your phone language to English. Every day you use your phone, right? What if your phone forced you to see English words all the time? Boom! Your brain will adapt faster than ever. 3. Watch English movies with subtitles. But I don't understand fast English, you say. Here's the trick. Watch movies with subtitles in English. First, read and listen. After 1 week, remove subtitles. Soon, you'll catch words like a detective. 4. Read 1. English sentence. Every morning. Not a book, not a whole newspaper. Just 1 sentence. Example. Today is a beautiful day. Your brain will start accepting English naturally. 5. Sing in English, loudly. Music makes learning fun. Choose a simple English song and sing. Even if you make mistakes, sing. Your tongue will get used to English sounds, and pronunciation will improve faster. the suspenseful twist, the one mistake that destroys everything. Now you know the secret, but beware. One mistake can destroy all your progress. This mistake is translating from your language to English. When you think in your language and translate, your brain gets stuck. Words don't come out fast. Instead, train your brain to think directly in English. How? Use simple words first. Example. Don't think, I need to express my emotions with correct grammar. Think, I feel happy today. Simple English equals fast English. The final truth. Learning English is like falling in love? Yes. Think about it. When you fall in love, do you study books about love? No. You feel it. You experience it. You enjoy it. Learning English should feel the same. If you enjoy the process, you will learn faster than ever. The last twist, the most powerful lesson of all. Now, the final secret is about to be revealed. Are you ready? Listen carefully. The fastest way to learn English at home is not about grammar, speaking, or even listening. It is about confidence. Yes, if you believe you can speak English, you will. If you fear English, you will struggle. So, from today, tell yourself, I can learn English. I will speak fluently. Nothing can stop me. Because the real power is not in books, courses, or teachers. The real power is inside you. Final moral. The lesson of life. Learning English is not just about words. It is about becoming fearless. It is about never giving up. It is about believing in yourself. So go now, speak, learn, grow, and remember, the secret was never outside you. It was always within you. How to improve spoken English alone. The ultimate secret. Imagine this. You're sitting in your room, staring at yourself in the mirror. You want to speak English fluently, but every time you try, your tongue feels heavy. The words are trapped inside your mind, but they refuse to come out. You've tried everything, reading books, watching videos, even practicing with apps. But when it's time to speak, silence takes over. Frustrating, right? But what if I told you there's a hidden technique, a way to train your brain and tongue at the same time? A method so powerful that even if you have no one to practice with, you can still become fluent, alone? Sounds impossible? Stay with me. The truth is about to unfold. Why most people fail at speaking English. Before we dive into the secret, let's bust some common myths that stop people from improving their spoken English. 1. You need a speaking partner. Many believe they can't improve without a conversation partner. But here's the truth. Your best partner is yourself. Think about it. Who is always available? Who listens to you 24/7? Who knows exactly what you want to say? You. And you can train yourself to speak fluently, even if you are alone. 2. Learning grammar first helps. Speaking. Ever tried to say a sentence but stopped because you weren't sure if it was grammatically correct? That hesitation is the biggest enemy of fluency. Grammar is important, but fluency comes first. Babies don't learn grammar before speaking, do they? They speak first. Correct later. 3. Watching English movies is enough. Movies improve listening, but watching alone won't make you fluent. You must train your mouth to produce words. So, what's the best way to do that? Alone. Brace yourself. The secret is about to be revealed. The secret to speaking English fluently, even when alone. Forget boring methods. Forget waiting for a speaking partner. The fastest way to improve spoken English alone is speak every day, loudly, clearly, and without fear. Yes. The more your mouth moves, the more natural English becomes. But how do you practice speaking without anyone to talk to? Here are powerful techniques to train your tongue and brain to speak English fluently. Alone. 1. The mirror talk technique. Stand in front of a mirror. Look yourself in the eyes. Now, start talking. Step 1. Pick a random topic. Your day, your goals, a story, anything. Step 2. Speak for 1 minute without stopping. Step 3. Don't worry about mistakes, just keep speaking. At first it feels strange, but within days, you'll notice your confidence growing. The audio recording challenge. Ever heard your own voice in a recording and thought, do I really sound like that? Time to use that shock to your advantage. Step 1. Record yourself speaking English for 1 minute. Step 2. Listen to the recording. Identify words you struggle with. Step 3. Try again, correcting your mistakes. Do this daily, and soon your pronunciation will become sharper and clearer. 3. The thinking in English. Trick 1. Reason speaking is difficult is because your brain thinks in your native language first, then translates to English. This slows you down. Here's the fix. Start thinking in English. Instead of thinking, I need to go to the store, think, I will buy some fruits now. Instead of thinking, this food is delicious, think, wow, this tastes amazing. The more you think in English, the faster your words will flow when you speak. The shadowing technique. Want to sound like a native speaker? Copy them. Step 1. Play an English audio clip, news, a speech, or a podcast. Step 2. Listen carefully. Step 3. Repeat the sentences at the same time as the speaker, without pausing. This technique trains your tongue, improves pronunciation, and makes speaking feel natural. 5. The loud reading practice. Reading improves vocabulary, but silent reading doesn't help speaking. The trick? Read aloud. Pick an English article or book. Read every word out loud as if you're telling a story. Focus on pronunciation, clarity, and rhythm. Within weeks, your confidence and fluency will skyrocket. 6. The 1-minute daily talk. This is the simplest yet most powerful technique. Every day, pick a random topic. Then, talk about it in English for 1 minute. Examples. Today, I woke up at 7 a.m. I made breakfast. Then, I started studying. I love traveling. My dream is to visit London one day. The city looks amazing. No script, no preparation. Just speak. 7. The confidence booster. Talk to objects. Sounds funny, but it works. Look at an object in your room and describe it in English. Example. Point at your phone. This is my phone. It is black. I use it every day to learn English. Point at a book. This is my favorite book. It has many interesting stories. This simple trick forces your brain to think and speak in English instantly. The shocking twist. The real reason. People struggle with speaking. Now, here's a hard truth. The real reason people fail to speak English fluently is not because they don't know enough words. It's because they are afraid of making mistakes. Fear is the biggest enemy of fluency. Solution? Stop waiting for perfection. Start speaking, mistakes and all. Because a child doesn't wait to speak perfectly. They just start talking. A musician doesn't wait for the perfect note. They just start playing. You don't need to wait to be perfect. Just start speaking now. The more you speak, the faster you improve. Final lesson. Speak without fear. Speak without limits. Speaking English alone is not just about words. It's about building confidence. It's about training your tongue to move smoothly. It's about breaking the fear inside you. So from today, talk to yourself. Talk to objects. Talk to the mirror. Talk to the air. Because the more you speak, the more your voice becomes powerful. And one day, without realizing it, you will open your mouth, and perfect English will flow effortlessly. Are you ready to begin? Start speaking now.
Learn easy American English. All right, listen carefully. Today, I'm about to reveal a secret so powerful that if you use it, you'll start speaking English like an American without even realizing it. But wait, don't be too excited yet. This isn't some boring English class where I'll throw grammar books at you. No, this is different. This is special. This is going to change the way you think about learning English forever. So, before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried learning English but felt stuck? Have you watched American movies, repeated the words but still felt like something was missing? Do you want to sound like a native speaker but don't know how? If your answer is yes, then my dear friend, you're in the right place. Because today I'm going to take you on a journey full of fun, laughter, mystery, and a little bit of drama. And at the end of this lecture, I promise you, yes, I promise, you will walk away with a new way of learning English that will blow your mind. The suspense begins. What are you doing wrong? Okay, let's start with a little twist. Tell me, why do some people learn English so fast while others struggle for years? Think about it. Is it because they are smarter than you? No. Is it because they live in America? No. Then what is it? Let me tell you the truth. The real reason why most people struggle with English is not because of grammar, not because of vocabulary, and definitely not because they are not smart enough. The real reason is the way they learn it. Yes, my dear student, you heard me right. The way you learn English matters more than anything else. And unfortunately, most people are learning it the wrong way. Want to know the biggest mistake learners make? They memorize words like a robot. They learn grammar rules like a scientist. They study English like it's a math equation. And let me tell you something. English is not math. English is a language, and a language is meant to be felt, not just learned. So what should you do? What is the easiest way to learn American English like native speakers? Now here's where things get interesting. Stay with me. The American secret, how kids learn without studying. Let me take you back to when you were a baby. Yes, a little adorable baby. When you were born, did someone give you a grammar book and say, "Hey, learn this, and then you can speak your language"? No, that would be crazy, right? Then how did you learn to speak your native language so easily? Simple. You listened, copied, and practiced every single day. Now look at American kids. They don't sit with textbooks all day. They don't memorize 1,000 words a day. They just listen, copy, and speak. That's it. That's the secret. And guess what? This is exactly how you can learn English easily. You don't need to memorize boring words. You don't need to stress over grammar. All you need is daily practice, but in a fun way. Step 1. Talk to yourself like a drama star. Yes, you heard me right. If you want to speak English fluently, you need to become a little dramatic. Imagine you are in a movie. Every morning, wake up, look in the mirror, and say, "Good morning. Today is going to be amazing. I am learning English, and I am going to speak like a pro." Do this every single day. Don't just say it. Feel it. Speak like you are the main character in a Hollywood film. Trust me, it works. Step 2. Think in English even when you are silent. Here's a fun challenge for you. Right now, close your eyes. Yes, close them. Now imagine your favorite food. Don't say the name in your native language. Say it in English. Imagine you are ordering it at a restaurant. What would you say? Excuse me, can I get a delicious chocolate cake, please? See? You just thought in English. And that's exactly what you need to do every day. Whether you're eating, walking, or even daydreaming. Think in English. Step 3. Use expressions like a real American. Now let me tell you something that most English teachers won't. If you want to sound like an American, you need to use expressions they use every day. Here are 3 simple but powerful ones. Oh, come on. Use this when you don't believe something. No way. Use this when you are super surprised. That's awesome. Use this when something is really good. Try using these in your conversations and boom, you'll sound like an American in no time. Step 4. Watch, listen, and copy. Like a parrot, have you ever seen a parrot? It doesn't learn words by studying. It learns by listening and copying. And that's exactly what you need to do. Watch American TV shows, but no subtitles. Listen to American songs and try to sing along. Copy how native speakers talk, their tone, their speed, their expressions. Do this for just 30 minutes a day, and soon you'll be speaking like a pro. The final suspense, the real truth about learning English. All right, my dear student, now comes the most suspenseful part of this lecture. Are you ready? If you've been waiting for the biggest twist of all, here it is. Learning English is not hard, it's fun. Yes, you've been thinking all this time that learning English is difficult, that it takes years of boring study, that it's impossible to speak like an American. But today I have shown you the truth. You don't need books. You don't need stress. You just need to practice in a fun way, every single day. So tell me, will you start today? Will you start talking to yourself in the mirror? Will you start thinking in English? Will you start copying native speakers? If your answer is yes, then congratulations. You are already on your way to becoming fluent. Final words, a moral for life. Now, before we end this lecture, let me leave you with one last thought. Learning English is just like life. If you take it too seriously, you will feel stuck. But if you enjoy it, laugh, and practice every day, you will succeed faster than you ever imagined. So, my dear student, have fun, enjoy the journey, and never stop learning. Because one day you will wake up, speak English fluently, and say, "Wow, I did it." And when that day comes, remember this lecture, because this was the moment when your English journey truly began. Now go out there and speak like a star. New York City is one of the busiest places in the world. People there are always in a rush, moving fast and talking quickly. But why? Let's break it down in a fun and simple way. 1. Work, work, work. New Yorkers wake up early, grab a quick coffee, and head straight to work. Most people have jobs in offices, restaurants, hospitals, or big companies. Time is money in New York, so no one likes to waste a single second. That's why their conversations are short and direct. Example, instead of saying, "Excuse me, could you please tell me what time it is?" They just say, "Hey, what time?" Quick, simple, and straight to the point. 2. Fast walking, fast talking. If you've ever walked in New York, you know, people don't walk, they run. Well, not literally, but they move fast. That's why their English is quick and full of expressions. Example, instead of saying, "I am very busy, I don't have time," they just say, "I'm swamped." One word full of meaning. 3. Too many people, not enough time. New York is crowded. Millions of people live and work there. So when they talk, they don't waste time on long conversations. They keep it short and simple. Example, instead of saying, "I really appreciate it, thank you so much," they just say, "Thanks a lot." Fast and polite. 4. Coffee is life. New Yorkers love coffee. It gives them energy to keep up with their busy day. A common phrase you'll hear is, "I need my coffee," which means, "Don't talk to me until I have my coffee." 5. Always multitasking. People in New York are always doing 2 or 3 things at once. They might be talking on the phone, eating, and walking, all at the same time. That's why their conversations are quick and efficient. Example, instead of saying, let's meet up when we both have time, they just say, let's catch up later. 6. Expressing emotions fast. New Yorkers don't like wasting time on long explanations. They use short phrases to show excitement, frustration, or surprise. Excited. No way, that's awesome. Frustrated. Ugh, traffic is crazy. Surprised. Wait, what? 7. The secret of gotta, wanna, gonna. New Yorkers don't always pronounce full words. They shorten them to sound more natural. Gotta, I gotta go. I have to go. Wanna, I want to eat. I want to eat. Gonna, I'm gonna call you. I am going to call you. Final thoughts. Can you speak like a New Yorker? New Yorkers are busy, fast, and always on the go. Their conversations are short, full of energy, and straight to the point. Now tell me, do you want to speak like a real New Yorker? Then start practicing. Talk fast, use expressions, and most importantly, keep it simple. Now go get that coffee and say, let's go, I'm busy. When I school, not able to speak English. That's completely okay. Many people feel the same way when they start learning English. But guess what? You're not alone, and it's never too late to start speaking confidently. Let's talk about why you struggled in school and how you can fix it today, easily and quickly. 1. Why couldn't you speak English in school? There are many reasons why students struggle with speaking English in school. Let's see if any of these sound familiar to you. Fear of making mistakes. You didn't want to sound wrong, so you stayed silent. Lack of practice. You learned grammar but never got a chance to speak. Too much pressure. Teachers focused on rules, not real conversations. No real-life use. You only studied English for exams, not daily life. If this was your experience, don't worry, because now I'm going to show you the easiest and fastest way to start speaking English fluently. 2. The secret to speaking English easily. Here's the truth. English is not about rules. It's about confidence. Imagine this. A little child doesn't know grammar, but they still talk, right? That's because they listen, copy, and repeat, just like a game. And that's exactly how you should learn English now. Here's what you need to do. Forget grammar for a while. Focus on speaking, not rules. Listen to native speakers daily. Watch American shows, YouTube, and podcasts. Speak even if it's not perfect. Mistakes are part of learning. Practice alone first. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Now let's look at some fun and easy ways to practice speaking English. 3. How to speak English daily, even if you're alone. A. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Stand in front of a mirror every morning and say, today is a great day. I will practice English and improve every day. It feels silly at first, but trust me, it works. B. Watch and copy American TV shows. Pick a simple show, like Friends or The Big Bang Theory, and do this. 1. Listen to a short conversation. 2. Pause the video. 3. Repeat the sentence out loud, copying their tone and speed. This helps you sound more natural, just like native speakers. See, listen, and repeat everywhere. Put on your headphones and listen to American podcasts or songs. Then repeat what they say without thinking too much. Example, if you hear, hey, how's it going? You say it right away. No need to translate, just copy and repeat. D. Change your phone language to English. Your phone is always with you, right? So make it your personal English teacher. Set your phone's language to English. When you text, try to think in English first before typing. Use English apps like or Learning English. 4. The biggest mistake to avoid. Do not learn too many words at once. Many people try to memorize 1,000 words before speaking. Big mistake. Instead, learn only 10 useful words or phrases per day and use them immediately. For example, I'm busy right now. Let's talk later. That sounds great. When you use small phrases daily, speaking English becomes easy and natural. 5. The final twist. You already know English. Let me surprise you. You already know more English than you think. If you understand this conversation, then guess what? You are already learning. Speaking is just the next step. So from this moment, promise yourself, I will practice every day. I will not be afraid of mistakes. I will speak English with confidence. And one day very soon, you'll wake up, speak English fluently, and say, wow, I did it. So what are you waiting for? Start speaking right now. At London, my first day in English class. My dear students, today I want to take you on a journey to London, where I had my first day in an English class. Oh, what a day it was. Full of excitement, full of surprises, and yes, full of unexpected twists. Before I tell you everything, let me ask you a question. Have you ever walked into a classroom, looked around and thought, oh no, what am I doing here? That was exactly how I felt on my first day in London. But wait, let's go back to the beginning. The big dream. For years I had a dream. I wanted to go to London, study English, and speak like a true British person. I imagined myself walking through the streets of London, talking to British people, ordering tea at a fancy cafe, and sounding absolutely brilliant. And finally the day came. I packed my bags, got on a plane, and landed in London, the heart of British English. Everything was perfect until I stepped into the classroom. The classroom shock. As soon as I entered, I saw students from different countries, some from France, some from Italy, some from China, some from Spain. And then there was me. I was excited, but also nervous. What if my English wasn't good enough? What if I said something wrong? What if the teacher asked me a question and I didn't know the answer? And then the teacher walked in, the British teacher's first words. A tall British man with a stylish suit and a warm smile looked at us and said, "Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your first English class." I was ready. I was prepared. I knew this was my moment. But then he continued speaking. And guess what? I didn't understand a single word. Yes, I had studied English before, but his British accent was so different, so fast, so confusing. I looked around. Other students were nodding, smiling. But me, I was thinking, wait, did he just speak English or another language? I panicked. The first question, then the teacher looked directly at me and asked, "So tell me, why do you want to learn English?" Oh no, this was it. This was the moment I had been afraid of. My heart started beating fast. I felt like the whole world was watching me. My hands got cold. My mind went blank. I opened my mouth and said, because English is, good? Silence. The class stared at me. And then the teacher laughed. A big, happy laugh. I thought, oh no, did I say something wrong? But the teacher smiled and said, "That's a great reason. Don't worry, you're here to learn. And by the end of this course, you'll be speaking fluently." I felt relieved. The class clapped, and suddenly, I felt comfortable. That was the moment I realized making mistakes is okay. The fun begins. After that, the class became fun. We played word games, practiced conversations, and laughed at funny mistakes. We learned how British people say things differently. Fancy a cup of tea? Would you like tea? I'm knackered. I'm very tired. That's brilliant. That's amazing. I also learned that British people don't say "are" at the end of words. Water, weta, better, betta. It was fun, exciting, and every day I got better. The final surprise. After 1 month in London, something magical. Oops. Something amazing happened. I went to a cafe and the waiter asked, "What would you like?" Without thinking, I said, "I'd love a cup of tea, please." And guess what? The waiter didn't ask me to repeat. He understood me perfectly. At that moment, I realized I was finally speaking like a British person. The biggest lesson? So my dear students, what's the moral of my story? 1. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. 2. Learning English is fun when you enjoy it. 3. Speak with confidence, and soon you'll sound brilliant. And remember, every expert was once a beginner. If I can do it, so can you. So go out there, practice your English, and one day you'll have your own story to tell. See you in the next lesson.
Practice English like an American. Speak like native U.S. speakers. All right, listen up, my brilliant, curious, and wonderful learners. Today, I have something super exciting for you. But first, let me ask you a question. Have you ever spoken English, thought you sounded great, and then, what did you just say? Or maybe you've been watching American movies, and the actors speak so fast, so smoothly, that you think, wow, how do they do that? You try to repeat it, but somehow it just doesn't sound the same. Guess what? You're not alone. This happens to millions of English learners around the world. And today, my dear students, we are going on a little journey. A journey to master the American English accent. Yes. By the time we finish this session, you will feel so confident, so natural, that the next time you speak, people will think you were born in New York, California, or Texas. Sounds cool, right? But wait. Hold on. I have a little suspense for you. A small twist. I will reveal one secret at the end of this session. A secret that will completely change the way you learn and speak English. So stay with me, because this is going to be exciting, funny, dramatic, and even a little romantic. Why do Americans sound so different? Let's begin with a question. Why does American English sound different from British English? Have you ever wondered why Americans don't say, I can't, like the British do? Instead of, I can't, Americans say, I can't, with a strong A sound. Or why do they say, wanna, instead of want to, and gonna, instead of going to? It's not just about words. It's about rhythm, sound, and style. Think about it. Americans speak with energy, with expressions, with drama. They don't just say words, they sing them, they dance with them. You don't believe me? Let's test it. Say this sentence, I am going to the park. Now, say it like this. I'm gonna the park. Sounds natural, right? Americans love to shorten and connect words, and today I will show you how to do this like a pro. Rule number 1, drop the T, but not always. Oh, yes, you heard it right. Americans don't always pronounce the T sound clearly. Example, water sounds like wader. Better sounds like better daughter, sounds like daughter. So next time you say butter, don't say it like butter. Just say butter. See? You are already sounding more American. Rule number 2, the mysterious R sound. Okay, this one is interesting. British people say car like ka, but Americans? Oh no, they stretch that R sound like this. Car, far, star. Americans love their R sounds. So next time you say hard, don't say hard. Say hard. Got it? Amazing. Let's move on. Rule number 3. Speak with emotion, not just words. All right, listen. Imagine you are in Hollywood. You are the star of a movie. The camera is rolling, and you have to say, I don't care. Will you say it like a robot? I do not care. No way. You will say it like an American. I don't care. Say it again, louder, faster, with feeling. Did you feel the difference? Americans don't just speak words, they live them. And that is exactly what you need to do. Rule number 4, the power of contractions. Imagine you are talking to your friend and you say, I do not know. Sounds too long, right? Americans love to shorten things. So, instead of, I do not know, I don't know, I will go. I'll go. You are amazing. You're amazing. It's quick, smooth, and easy. Rule number 5, the funny American expressions. Now let's have some fun. Americans have some funny ways of speaking. Here are a few expressions that will make you sound like a real American. Break a leg. This means good luck. Hit the books. This means study hard. Piece of cake. This means very easy. Spill the beans. This means tell the secret. Try using them in your conversations and see how cool you sound. Final suspense, the ultimate secret. And now, as promised, here is the biggest secret to speaking English like an American. Listen and imitate. Yes, the fastest way to learn the American accent is to listen to native speakers and copy them. Listen to movies, songs, podcasts. Watch interviews. And then, say the words exactly like they do. Don't just read books. Don't just study grammar. Feel the language. Speak the language. Live the language. The more you listen and copy, the faster you will sound exactly like a native speaker. Final words. A little romance in English. Oh, and before we end, let's try a little romantic English. Imagine you are in New York. You see someone beautiful. Your heart races, and you want to say something charming. What do you say? Do you say, "You are pretty"? No, that's boring. Say it like an American. "You look absolutely stunning." Or even better, "Wow, you just took my breath away." See the difference? English is not just a language, it's an emotion. So, my dear students, go out there, practice, and speak with confidence, with passion, and with style. You are amazing. You are incredible, and you can do this. Now, go, speak, and surprise the world. The journey has just begun. Speak English like an American, easy and fun way. All right, my dear students, listen carefully. Today, we are going to do something very exciting. But first, I have a small question for you. Have you ever spoken English and felt like something was missing? Maybe you know the words, but when you speak, it just doesn't sound natural. Or maybe you watch American movies and the actors speak so fast, so smooth, that you wonder, how do they do that? Well, today is your lucky day, because I am going to teach you how to speak English just like an American. Yes. By the end of this lecture, you will feel confident, natural, and super smooth when speaking English. But wait, there's a twist. At the end of this lesson, I will reveal one powerful secret that will change the way you speak forever. So stay with me, because this is going to be fun, engaging, a little dramatic, and maybe even a little romantic. Why does American English sound so different? Before we start, let me ask you, why does American English sound different from British English? For example, British people say can't, like can't, but Americans say can't with a strong A sound. British people say schedule, like schedule, but Americans say schedule. But why? It's because American English has a different rhythm, sound, and flow. Americans speak with energy, confidence, and a little drama. They don't just say words, they play with them. Let's try it. Say this sentence, I am going to eat. Now say it like an American. I'm gonna eat. Sounds more natural, right? Americans love to connect words and make them shorter. And today, I will show you exactly how to do this, like a pro. Step 1, drop the T sound. Yes, you heard that right. Americans don't always pronounce the T sound clearly. For example, water sounds like wader, better sounds like be dare, city sounds like sid-e. So if you want to sound like an American, don't say butter, just say booter. Try it now. Say water like an American. Great job. Now, let's move on. Step 2, stretch the R. Sound. Oh, this is an important one. British people say car like ka. But Americans? They love their R sounds. car, far, star. They stretch the R to make it sound stronger. So next time you say hard, don't say hard, say hard. Got it? Amazing. Now let's move on. Step 3. Speak with emotion, not just words. All right, listen. Imagine you are in Hollywood. You are the star of a movie. The camera is rolling, and you have to say, I don't care. Will you say it like a robot? I do not care. No way. You will say it like an American. I don't care. Say it again, louder, faster, with feeling. Did you feel the difference? Americans don't just speak, they express themselves. So from now on, when you speak English, don't just say the words, feel them. Step 4. Use contractions. Americans love to shorten words. For example, instead of I do not know, say I don't know. Instead of I will go, say I'll go. Instead of you are amazing, say you're amazing. It's faster, smoother, and sounds more natural. Try it now. Say, I'm gonna go. Perfect. Now you sound like a real American. Step 5. Use fun American expressions. Americans have some funny ways of speaking. Here are some cool expressions. Break a leg. This means good luck. Hit the books. This means study hard. Piece of cake. This means very easy. Spill the beans. This means tell the secret. Try using them in conversations and see how cool you sound. Final suspense. The biggest secret. And now, as promised, here is the biggest secret to speaking like an American. Listen and copy. Yes. The fastest way to learn the American accent is to listen to native speakers and copy them. Watch American movies. Listen to American songs. Watch interviews. Listen to podcasts. And then, repeat exactly what they say. This is the best way to train your brain and sound just like a native speaker. Final words. A little romance in English. Oh, and before we finish, let's try a little romantic English. Imagine you are in New York. You see someone beautiful. Your heart is beating fast. You want to say something sweet. What do you say? Do you say, you are pretty? No. That's too simple. Say it like an American. You look absolutely stunning. Or even better, wow, you just made my heart skip a beat. See the difference. English is not just a language, it's a feeling. So, my dear students, go out there, practice, and speak with confidence. You are amazing. You are incredible. And you can do this. Now, go speak English like a native and surprise the world. Your journey starts now. Learn English like a fluent speaker, the Miami way. All right, my dear students, welcome to today's exciting lecture. But wait, before we begin, I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered why some people speak English so smoothly while others struggle to find the right words? Why do some people sound so confident while others feel nervous when speaking? Well, today, I am going to change the way you learn English forever. By the end of this lesson, you will know how to sound fluent, natural, and confident, just like the people in Miami City. But wait, there's a twist. At the end of this lecture, I will reveal one powerful secret that will boost your fluency instantly. So stay with me, because this is going to be fun, exciting, and full of surprises. Step 1. Stop translating in your head. Listen carefully. Many learners make the mistake of thinking in their native language and then trying to translate into English. This is slow. This is unnatural. And this is why you get stuck when speaking. If you want to speak English fluently, you must think in English. How? Start with small sentences. Describe things around you in English. Talk to yourself in English every day. For example, don't think, I need to go to the store in your native language first and then translate. Just think in English. I need to go to the store. The more you practice this, the faster your brain will switch to English automatically. Step 2. Speak in phrases, not just words. Fluent speakers don't speak word by word. They use phrases. For example, instead of saying, "I do not understand," say, "I don't get it." Instead of saying, "That is not my problem," say, "It's not my problem." Instead of saying, "Let me think about it," say, "Let me think about it." See the difference? It's faster, smoother, and more natural. Practice these phrases every day, and soon you will sound like a fluent speaker. Step 3. Speak like a Miami local. Now let's talk about how people speak in Miami City. Miami is full of energy, life, and excitement. People here speak English with confidence, emotion, and style. They shorten words. Instead of going to, they say gonna. Instead of want to, they say wanna. Instead of let me, they say lemme. They speak fast and smooth. I don't know becomes I don't know. What are you doing becomes what you doing. Give me that becomes gimme that. Now let's try it. Say, I'm going to go to the beach. Now say it faster. I'm going to go to the beach. Great job. Now you're speaking like a real Miami local. Step 4. Listen like a detective. Fluent speakers listen carefully to how native speakers talk. If you want to sound like a native, you must listen, copy, and repeat. Watch American movies. Listen to American music. Watch YouTube videos of Miami locals. And then, copy exactly how they speak. If they say, "I gotta go," don't say, "I have to go." Say it exactly like them. I gotta go. This is how you learn the natural rhythm and flow of English. Step 5. Use your hands and face. Now listen. Fluent English is not just about words, it's about body language and expressions. Have you ever noticed how Americans use their hands when they talk? They move their hands, raise their eyebrows, and change their tone of voice. For example, if you're excited, say, "That's amazing," and smile. If you're confused, say, "Wait, what?" and raise your eyebrows. If you're joking, say, "Oh, come on," and laugh a little. Speaking fluently means speaking with your whole body, not just your mouth. Step 6. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Listen, my dear students. Many people are scared to speak because they think they will make mistakes. But let me tell you something very important. Fluent speakers make mistakes too. Yes, even native speakers sometimes say the wrong word. The difference is, they don't stop. They keep going. So from now on, if you make a mistake, just smile and keep speaking. Mistakes are not bad. They are proof that you are learning. Final suspense. The biggest secret to fluency. And now, as promised, here is the biggest secret to speaking English fluently. Are you ready? The secret is confidence. Yes. The way you feel when you speak is more important than grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation. If you believe you are a fluent speaker, your brain will act like one. So from today, stop saying, "My English is bad." Instead say, "I am a fluent English speaker." Say it again. I am a fluent English speaker. Say it louder. I am a fluent English speaker. See? It's all about confidence. Final words. Your English journey starts now. All right, my dear students, we have learned so much today. We learned to think in English. We learned to speak in phrases, not words. We learned to listen, copy, and repeat and most importantly, we learned that fluency is not about being perfect. It's about being confident. So from today, stop waiting, stop hesitating, and start speaking. Because you, my dear students, are already fluent speakers. Now, go out there, speak with confidence, and make the world listen to you. Your English journey starts now.
Improve American English reading in 50 days, an inspirational journey to master reading skills. The suspenseful beginning, a struggle we all know. Why can't I read like them? Samantha slammed her book shut, her voice echoing through the quiet room. She had tried everything, reading aloud, watching videos, even downloading reading apps, but nothing worked. The words on the page seemed to dance, mocking her every effort. Does this sound familiar? Have you ever sat down with a book, eager to dive into its story, only to feel defeated by complicated words and endless sentences? You're not alone. Many young people, especially school kids and even adults, struggle with reading American English fluently. But what if I told you that in just 50 days, you could transform your reading skills? What if there's a simple, step-by-step way that anyone, yes, anyone, can follow? Intrigued? Let's dive in. The first twist, understanding the real problem. Most people think the problem lies in them. They're not smart enough or born for it. That's completely false. The issue is simple. Nobody teaches us how to read effectively. Reading is more than just looking at words. It's about understanding their rhythm, tone, and meaning. Imagine trying to cook without knowing what the ingredients do. Would your dish taste good? Probably not. Similarly, without understanding how words connect and flow, reading becomes a frustrating chore. Here's the good news. With a little focus and dedication, you can unlock the door to fluent reading. The best part? It's fun. Day 1 to 10. Lay the foundation one. Choose the right materials. Start small. Pick a book, magazine, or article that interests you. Avoid heavy classics or textbooks for now. Why? Because they might scare you off. Instead, choose stories about topics you love. Animals, travel, or even cooking. 2. Set a daily goal. Reading just 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough to begin. You don't need hours of practice. Consistency is the key. 3. Read aloud. With feeling. This might feel silly at first, but it's powerful. When you read aloud, your brain learns how words sound. Use emotions, whisper, shout, or even pause dramatically. This makes reading fun and memorable. 4. Underline new words. Whenever you come across a word you don't know, underline it. But don't stop to check its meaning yet. Keep reading. The goal is to finish the page without interruptions. Day 11 to 20, break the barriers. Here's where things get exciting and a little challenging. 1. Create a word journal. Remember those underlined words? It's time to tackle them. Write each word in a notebook, along with its meaning and a sentence. Example, word, curious. Meaning, wanting to know more. Sentence, I was curious about the mysterious knock on the door. 2. Practice visualization. Close your eyes and picture what you just read. If the story mentions a sunny park, imagine the bright sun, green trees, and children playing. This technique makes reading come alive. 3. Buddy up. Find a friend, sibling, or parent to read with. Take turns reading paragraphs. If you're alone, record yourself reading and listen back. You'll spot areas to improve while having fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sit tight, because you are about to hear one of the funniest, most amazing tales about the twists and turns of learning English. But wait, this isn't your usual article about vocabulary or grammar. No, it's about the hilarious misunderstandings and the surprising situations that happen when kids, and even adults, try to learn English. Let's dive right in, shall we? The beginning of chaos. Imagine this. A little girl named Emma raises her hand confidently in class, eager to show her teacher what she has learned. She stands up, clears her throat, and says, "Miss, I want to eat my friend's lunch." The classroom erupts in laughter, and Emma stands there, confused. What did she do wrong? All she meant to say was that her friend had shared a delicious lunch with her yesterday, and she wanted to eat something like that again. But oh, how one wrong word can change the entire meaning. And this is just the beginning. Funny misunderstandings like these don't just make us laugh. They teach us valuable lessons about paying attention to language and context. Twists and turns in everyday English, as simple as it sounds, can lead to some of the most confusing and dramatic moments. Here's another twist. A boy named Edward was once at a family dinner. He wanted to compliment the food and confidently said, "Mum, this food is terrible." Gasps filled the room. His mother's face turned red, not with anger but with laughter when she realized he had meant to say, "Terrific." Can you imagine the drama that caused in just 5 seconds? Now here's where it gets suspenseful. Misunderstandings in English can lead to situations you would never expect. Imagine being on stage during a school play. The script says, "The cat sat on the mat." But instead, you proudly say, "The bat sat on the hat." The audience bursts out laughing, but you, standing there under the spotlight, are left wondering, what's so funny? Romantic twist in the mix. Now, let's spice things up with a little romance. Picture a boy in class, trying to impress his crush with his English skills. "You are the sunshine of my pineapple," he declares, thinking he's being poetic. The girl, trying not to laugh, replies, "Do you mean life?" The boy's face turns as red as a ripe tomato, and the whole class bursts into giggles. What a moment to remember. But here's the real twist. Sometimes, these funny misunderstandings aren't just embarrassing. They lead to incredible friendships and even lifelong memories. That boy? He worked hard to improve his English after that day, and guess what? Years later, he and the girl became best friends. Let me take you to a more suspenseful moment. Picture a classroom on a stormy afternoon. The rain taps against the windows, and the teacher asks the students to describe their favourite activity in English. Little Lucy stands up and says, "I love baking clouds." The teacher looks puzzled. The class sits in silence, and Lucy realises she meant cakes. But what makes it more suspenseful is the way everyone tries to figure out her sentence. "Baking clouds," someone whispers. Does she mean she makes clouds in the sky? The room fills with laughter, and Lucy, though slightly embarrassed, ends up creating one of the most memorable moments of the day. The moral of funny misunderstandings. Now, you might be wondering, why do these misunderstandings even matter? Well, here's the moral. These funny moments teach us that mistakes are a part of learning. They remind us to laugh at ourselves, be patient, and keep trying. Learning English, or any language, is not just about getting it right. It's about enjoying the journey, no matter how silly it gets. But let's add a twist to this moral. Sometimes, misunderstandings can lead to something even bigger, an opportunity. Like the boy who embarrassed himself in front of his crush, but ended up improving his English and building a great friendship. Or Lucy, whose baking clouds moment became a story everyone remembered. Opening the suspense now, let's end with the twist we promised. Imagine this. A kid sitting in her room practicing English for a big speech. She's nervous, and she keeps mispronouncing a word. Frustrated, she decides to give up. But just then, her older brother walks in. "What's wrong?" he asks. She tells him about her problem, and he starts laughing, not at her, but with her. You've been saying donut instead of donate this whole time. At first she feels embarrassed, but then she laughs too. That funny misunderstanding gives her the confidence to practice even harder. And guess what? The next day, she nails her speech, making everyone proud. Final thoughts. So, what's the real takeaway? Funny misunderstandings while learning English are not something to fear. They're moments to cherish. They make learning exciting, memorable, and even life-changing. Whether you're calling your friend a pineapple or baking clouds instead of cakes, remember this. Every mistake you make is a step closer to becoming better, braver, and more confident. The next time you find yourself in a funny, twisty situation while learning English, don't be embarrassed. Laugh it off, learn from it, and share the story with others. Who knows? Your little misunderstanding might just become someone's favourite memory. And that, my friends, is the beauty of learning. Keep laughing, keep learning, and never stop enjoying the twists and turns along the way. Improving your English reading and speaking skills with an American accent can be both fun and rewarding. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you sound more natural and confident. 1. Listen to native speakers' podcasts and audiobooks. Listen to American English podcasts or audiobooks. Some popular ones are Stuff You Should Know and Science Verses. Choose topics you enjoy to keep it interesting. TV shows and speeches. Watch shows like Friends, The Office, or Stranger Things. Pay attention to pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. YouTube channels. Look for channels focused on American English pronunciation, such as Rachel's English or English Addict with Mr. Steve. Second practice, speaking aloud. Shadowing technique. Listen to a sentence, pause, and repeat it immediately, mimicking the speaker's tone and rhythm. Try this with songs, speeches, or even news reports. Record yourself. Record your voice reading a short passage. Play it back and compare it to a native speaker. Adjust your pronunciation as needed. 3. Master key. Sounds of American English are controlled vowels. Practice sounds like car, with a stronger R at the end, and bird. The R blends with the vowel. T flapping. In American English, the T in words like water or butter often sounds like a soft D. Open vowels. Words like hot and not have a more open R sound in American English compared to British accents. 4. Improve reading with rhythm and intonation. Focus on stress. American English emphasizes certain words in a sentence. For example, I want to go to the store stresses want and store. Chunk reading. Instead of reading word by word, group words into phrases. For instance, instead of I went to the park, say I went to the park. 5. Practice with tongue twisters. Tongue twisters help you pronounce tricky sounds and improve clarity. Try. Betty bought some butter, but the butter was bitter. She sells seashells by the seashore. 6. Use American Accent Tools apps. Apps like Elsa Speak, Speechling, and Fluent U can help you practice pronunciation and track your progress. Dictionaries with audio. Use online dictionaries like Merriam-Webster to hear the American pronunciation of words. 7. Learn common American expressions and phrases. Using American idioms can make your speech more natural. For example, it's raining cats. It's raining heavily. Piece of cake. Something easy to do. 8. Join speaking groups, online language exchanges. Platforms like Tandem or HelloTalk connect you with native American English speakers. Local meetups. Join English-speaking clubs or community groups for real-world practice. 9th, be consistent and patient. Improving your accent takes time and daily practice. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a big difference over time. 10th practice, reading aloud with engaging materials. Pick American books, articles, or even fun to read aloud. Pay attention to punctuation marks like commas and periods to guide your pauses and tone. By practicing consistently and engaging with native content, you'll improve your reading and American accent fluency. Enjoy the process. Every small step counts.